What's going on, everybody? Triple Crown 24 back today, and I've got a COMC order to show off. This is all going to be stuff for my Cabrera Super Collection, so I'm excited to share that with all of you today. It's been a while since I've talked about the Miggy collection. There's a few of them in here that I'm really excited about. Some cards that are probably a little underrated. Some of you team or player collectors will know the struggle on some of them. But I did want to make one announcement before I get into it. And this has kind of just been spurred by some conversations I've had with some people and doing my own research, kind of figuring out what's best for me and doing the sports card dealing full time. Thought it would be most conducive to go back to eBay. So for the first time ever, I now have an eBay store. I have never done a store before. In the past, I have just set it up as just regular listings, but the store is something I found to be more beneficial for my inventory in particular. I am in the process of listing cards. There's about 75 I have up right now. There's going to be like a lot of $1 and $2 cards that I put up, but all my higher end items, quote unquote, will be up there as well. It's the same stuff that I bring to shows with me. So if you're interested in any of that stuff, or if you're ever interested in anything that I show off in a video, of course, feel free to go check it out on eBay. I'm definitely willing to work with you off that platform as well if you're so inclined. But yeah, that is out there for you. So with that being said, there's going to be a lot more cards I'm listing on there, but I've got this giant stack to show you today. We'll talk about maybe the dealer side of things more next week. So just going to kind of go through these kind of quickly here for these first 40 odd some. I got 49 new cards in total, so my count is 1,876. Kicking it off with a Topps Gallery here from 2005, I want to say. And these are in no particular order. Triple Threads from 2013. This is the gold number to 99. Really trying to get a bunch of serial numbered cards in here, as you will see. Here's some of the thickies up top. Just because those are the places where I have most holes in my collection. It's gotten to the point now where it's very difficult to find base or base inserts that I don't need. So you see a lot of stuff that is numbered. It's nice when I get these that are below 99, because usually that means I got them for a pretty reasonable price, and it's not always the easiest to find cards like that at a reasonable price. You'd be surprised. So got a lot of 2018, 2019 stuff. I actually have now more 2019 cards than any other year except for 2008. And that would be because of all the moments and milestones, which I did get quite a few of those in this order. They've already been put away, so you won't get to see the full 49 cards because, well, those are already in the binder. But just some really solid stuff here. I'll pick up the pace a little bit, maybe point out some of my favorites. A little 2013 Ruby. So yeah, these parallels on COMC, they're getting even tougher to find on there, because the ones that are unreasonably priced are the ones I would say that I need. I'm talking like $10 for an insert just because it's a monopoly. That seller has the only one out there. So there's not really any competition to drive down the prices, so people can kind of charge whatever they want. And that's beneficial to the sellers, and don't get me wrong, I'll sometimes jump on some of those, but it's not, I mean, there's so many Cabrera cards, it's probably up to 16,000 different cards that he has out there now. And I'm not going to get caught up on one particular card, because to me that would be a waste of resources and time trying to track down one specific card, unless it's like the last one I need for a rainbow. But there are so many options out there that I try not to limit myself and target certain cards per se, but there is obviously those that do have a little bit more appeal. This is a one of one, by the way, one of those bonus ones. It counts. There's a really nice shiny card from Absolute with D-Train on it. But you do find some good deals sometimes on stuff like this. Class 1 gold label from a few years ago. This is the blue to 150. And with the Black Friday and Cyber Monday sales, that sellers ran. I jumped on early on Black Friday before I went to set up at the card show and bought about 25 more bucks of Cabrera cards at some pretty good prices, all of which are numbered. And those are still sitting at COMC right now. I'm trying to build up my order more to make it worth the $9.99 for priority shipping, because let me tell you, the ground shipping with the new service they're using with Nugistics is terrible. I would definitely not recommend it. You're going to be waiting a while to get your cards, more than you already have to wait. So if you're in a rush to get anything, definitely don't recommend it. If you're very patient, then maybe it's for you. But I think priority is going to be the way that I go with COMC, which means fewer orders that I actually get shipped, but the ones that I do get in will be larger ones. Here's one for my Optic Rainbow that is coming along very slowly, numbered to 99. Still missing a handful of those for that, including one of the ones numbered to 7, so good luck to me on that one. Also this one here, the Purple Stars, which these, you can kind of see it there. I was able to get them on camera, but it's sometimes hard to get these stars to show up in person. Maybe it's just the way that I'm holding them, but I wish they would pop a little bit more on those cards in particular. Here's a little franchise trios. I've got a few parallels of that card. I think that's the quote-unquote base version, but that one's still numbered. And you find some oddball stuff from a few years back. As time goes on, these types of parallels do not pop up as often, just because people are not ripping the product anymore, so they're not being put out in circulation. And usually at this point in time, anybody who really wants one has one, and anybody who has one who's not really PCing it, it's probably in a box somewhere. I'm just collecting dust, and that's the way it rolls sometimes with player collectors. Here's a rare Gypsy Queen short print here. I actually bought 2 of those cards, so it was supposed to be a 50 card order. Turned out to be 49 Cabreras that I got out of it. Another one of those. These were actually pickups from the card show. I don't remember if I showed these off or not, but I just kind of bunched them in together, so I'll show you those again. Some more Optic and little Prism zebra stripes. So those were some of the cards. These were my favorite 7 that I'm going to show off right here. I got a few relics in. For some reason, I really like these Topps holiday relics with like the gift wrap. I think they look really nice, and the way that the background is. The 1-of-1 version of this card is up on eBay right now, but I think it's an auction, and it's been up like 2 go rounds already, and the seller is starting the bids at $140, which is, I'll let you make your determination on that. But to me, that is quite ridiculous. Here's a tribute number to 99 dual relic. Love the shine on these tributes. And tier 1 relic, so some of the higher end relics. I think these were all under $4, which is pretty good for a Cabrera relic. It's certainly less than you'll see at most card shows or on eBay. These are some of the non-relics that I thought were pretty awesome. This one is pattern 5, I want to say, from 2017 Tech. So that was pretty cool. A lot of people commented on that one when I posted it on the Super Collectors group. These 3 really stand out to me. This one right here is the mini Superstitions from 2018 Ginter, and it's not technically a Cabrera card. Like, he's not the player who is depicted. In fact, he is actually not even mentioned on the card, but it's his picture. So I guess technically he is depicted, but it's not really a card about him. He just happens to be the one who is not talking about a no-hitter. So that is pretty cool. That's a superstition that I believe in. I do not talk about no-hitters unless it is to purposely try to jinx one of the opposing players. So there you have it. And believe me, as a Tigers fan right now, they are in that situation more often than I would care to see. So this card is kind of off-centered. In fact, it is pretty off-centered top to bottom, but they don't pop up for reasonable prices too often, so I will take it for sure. It's numbered to 225. This is the Atomic from 2011 Topps Chrome. beautiful card. They don't make these anymore, I think, because Panini is kind of the king of the cracked ice these days, which is the same technology as the Atomic. But pulled a Prince Fielder, one of these, back when 2011 Chrome was out, but always wanted the Cabrera even back then. So it's a long journey that's finally over. And then this one might be my favorite card, probably is my favorite card of the submission, or the order, I should say. I'm in a PSA mindset today. It's a foil board from 2019 Topps factory sets. So I forget which factory set you get these in. There's several different versions now, and that's above my pay grade. But these are numbered to 162. I guess because there's 162 games in the season, maybe. But they're very tough cards to pull out, and I was told this by a few friends, including YouTube's own Those Back Pages. If you think about it, a lot of times when you buy a factory set, why do you buy it? Number one, to crack out the rookies and get them graded, or number two, to keep it sealed. And I would guess that the latter is much more popular than the former. So a lot of times when people buy the factory sets, they don't end up opening them because the foil board packs are inside. So it's kind of tough to find people who are willing to open theirs. Not to mention it's a 700 card set for Topps, and you only get 5 foil boards in your pack. So the odds of pulling a specific player that you're looking for are less than 1%. Now, if you do get one of the big rookies, they are worth big money because they don't come up to auction a lot. Like, I think the Acuna is a 4-figure card from 2018. So this one I got for $5, and I am super thrilled about that, because when you see a foil board, and if it's of your player or your team, you really want it, you better get it when you have the chance because they're not guaranteed to pop up anytime soon. It's a very underrated card. If Topps continues to do these throughout the years, I believe they've done them for 5 years now, these are going to be pretty popular. I would definitely look at maybe picking up some key players if you're into that. The prices are a little high already, so you're a little bit late to the game on them, I would say, but you're not. You're definitely, they have room to grow. We'll put it that way. So that is my video today. Went a little bit longer than I expected, but that's pretty usual on this channel. Appreciate you guys checking out the video, though, and I'll be back later in the week with some different content. So see you then. Have a good one.